recruiting the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023. Shomi advised in an interview on television, urging the PDP to work to bring Obi back. In his words, one of the people who was a PDP member, a southeastern man who felt based on the balance of play that the southeast was excluded, Peter Obi, was allocated 6.2 million votes. You lose the election, you run to the Supreme Court, you lose, at least you were adjudged to have lost. Any deep-thinking, fair-minded Nigerian man who is in the political party called the PDP ought to know that the greatest necessary step is to have the conversation about how do you bring Peter back now that the energy driving him is organic. My goodness. Shomi further explained that internal crises and sudden spring in defections in the APC are self-inflicted and should have been sorted out a while back. There is a level of activity that you can blame your bullies for, but there's a certain level of recurring, continuous lack of creativity that you have to hold yourself responsible for. Now, it is important to note, or better yet remember, that Peter Obi left the PDP in May 2022 for the Labour Party, complaining of a few things: massive bribing of delegates and vote buying during the party's presidential primary. He also cited the existence of a party clique collaborating against him. Now, if Showumi had, of course, obliged us, I would have asked him why he made that comment, why he feels this is the only way to save the PDP. Is there no influential figure in the entire party that could rally and pull those kinds of votes? Are you after Peter Obi right now because, like you said, he gained organic support? He was able to attract 6.2 million votes in his direction. And you think that owing to that clout, that might be the saving grace of the PDP. Is that a wrong way to think? But you have to ask these questions. Secondly, and this is what only a PDP member or somebody at his level can answer. If Peter Obi complained that massive bribing of delegates and vote buying during the presidential primary was part of what took him out, has the PDP ridded itself of that behavior? If somebody says, I cannot stay here anymore, why? They always like eating beans. My body does not align. It does not accept. I have ulcer. Doctor says I cannot eat beans. Then 1 year later, or 2 years later, you say, okay, come back. The first question I'll ask you is, una still dey chop beans? So has the PDP tackled the reasons for which Peter Obi claimed he needed to leave, which is massive bribing of delegates and vote buying during the party's presidential primary? These are questions the PDP chieftain would have answered. But still on the PDP, the new perspective to this is there seems to be a problem, because the reports state that efforts to form a united opposition coalition ahead of the 2027 elections are facing challenges already due to internal disagreements within the party. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party's Peter Obi, and former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amaechi have been in talks to create a formidable alliance to challenge President Bola Tinubu. However, the Punch reports that disputes over zoning and leadership roles have caused friction among the parties involved. As you can tell, Atiku wants to be president, Obi wants to be president. Atiku's ambition to run again has led to tensions, particularly with Obi and Amaechi, who advocate for power to remain in the South for the next 8 years. So that means the idea of bringing Obi back to PDP might just be dead on arrival. So my question for you is Atiku's repeated ambition helping or hurting the opposition? Is Atiku's repeated ambition helping or hurting the opposition? 08179230002 08179230003. WhatsApp is 080-903-0657. 416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. A PDP chieftain has said that they should bring back Obi. And now there are problems because the zoning is something they cannot agree on. Gift calls from Yenogwa. Hello, Gift.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
I've been laughing.
Why?
Since you because of the guest that you wanted to bring on board.
Yeah.
I so much love that guy, Shegu.
Yeah.
The man is a brain box, so it's not available here for us to listen. It's one of those things. But let me contribute now.
All right.
Concerning the issue of grant, for the first time, I disagree with Shegu Shewomi. Do you know why I disagree with him?
Tell me.
It is that analogy that you painted here. Obi is one of those persons who condemned not just PDP leadership. He condemned almost all Nigerian politicians. He painted them as corrupt people. I'm even surprised that Atiku, even the former president Obasanjo, painted and even published a particular book on his Under My Watch, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Under My Watch. Because it was under Obasanjo watch that those things took place when he handed over Nigeria to the vice president then. And he cried out that what this man stole can take care of Nigeria for the next 20, 30 years. But this is the man, every day and night we are hearing coalition and all the rest. And you are telling somebody who left PDP because of this corrupt tendencies and all the rest to come back again to PDP, to hand over ticket to him. So if your house is leaking, your roof is leaking, you have a leaking roof, at the end of the day, what you need to do is to abandon that house. Or if there are grasses in your compound, then you will just abandon instead of to weed out those. See, there are some certain things I don't want to listen to. No matter how we try to paint this whole thing, I disagree with him. There's no need of bringing P2B back. In fact, if P2B is thinking to come back, these are people that have contributed to the downfall of PDP. So there's no need to you even accepting him or telling him, now you're inviting him.
Wait. How did Obi contribute to PDP's downfall?
Yes, the reason why I'm saying this, for you to condemn PDP leadership and all the PDP members as corrupt, then you left a party that gave you an appointment after being a governor. As you left 8 years, and then you never used those words because of tickets that you were denied of. You decided to use those language.
Yeah, but
Gift. Inviting you.
If I find
PDP,
hello, Gift.
That was how PDP failed flat.
Okay.
Himself, if you are pointing accusing finger to Ezebayon Sewike or calling Atiku.
Hello, Gift. Hold on. Gift. Let us have a conversation. Right?
Okay.
If there is a system that I find dysfunctional for some reason, I'm at liberty to condemn the system. Do you agree?
I agree on that one.
If the system now decides on their own to fall, why will you blame me that condemned for the problem I saw?
Okay, you need to fix it. That is my own point of contention from these politicians, Sam Oracle.
Okay.
Don't run away. According to Wike, I will stay with him and fight. If you win, glory be to God.
Okay. Gift.
Glory be to God.
Now let me ask you.
Jump from PDP
right?
for the next party.
Let me ask you, Gift.
Problem in that one again.
Gift.
Jump from that one to the next one. Are you happy with the system?
Give photo, my brother. What is the problem? Okay. It's not a fighting matter. Let us be coming down in this country. Now, I have seconds to the break. Yeah. So that means you have to answer this very quickly. You condemn the governor of Rivers State every day, Sim Fubara. Did you contribute to his downfall? Yes or no?
Sam Oracle, this one is a tricky one.
Okay, it's a tricky one. It's tricky now. All of a sudden, it's not tricky. Okay. Not only is it tricky, the court has ended. The governor of Rivers State has not fallen down, by the way. I just needed to ask that question. Please, let's be guided. I would need to take a break, and after that, I'll take more of your thoughts. Please stay with us. Facts still hard. Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. Sam Oracle Chinedu. The PDP is on the chopping board today. And our next conversation for 5 is also about the PDP. So it's going to be a long PDP day. Well, we got here because statements were made, moves were made, and there was an impasse. It did not yield any result. We begin with statements credited to PDP chieftain Segun Showunmi, who says it is important that the PDP calls back Peter Obi. If we must move ahead as a party, then you need to tell this man to come back, who has garnered over 6 million votes organically. Now, Peter Obi left the PDP 3 years ago in 2022. Was it 22 or 23? Anyways, he left. Yeah, May 2022. And he complained of massive bribing of delegates and vote buying during the party's presidential primary. He also cited the existence of a party clique collaborating against him. But Showunmi says we must bring him back. Bring back our Obi. That's what the hashtag should read. But on the other hand, there seems to be a problem within the party. This is as the coalition already has a problem because Atiku still wants to be president again. I don't see why that's a problem, but hey. Now, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party's Peter Obi, and former Rivers Governor Rotimi Amaechi had been in talks to form a formidable alliance to challenge President Bola Tinubu. However, whenever you hear however, there's a problem. The disputes over zoning and leadership caused friction among the parties involved. Atiku's ambition to run again led to tensions, particularly with Obi and Amaechi. So that means it may not work. Atiku, of course, has a right to run. The Constitution guarantees that he can run as fast and as far as he wants to. He can keep running. But Obi also is already running. So who will be the flag bearer? That's the big question. So my question to you is Atiku's repeated ambition helping or hurting the opposition? In this case, the PDP. Will Atiku need to defect again to another party? And if there is an alliance, a coalition, who will be the flag bearer? Because the Atiku I know and the one that you know will not rest until he becomes president. And this is not allegedly, he said it himself. But as long as he has strength, meaning that once he's able to move from city to city campaigning, he will not stop. That means there are very big problems in this country that Atiku wants to solve. You need to see it from that perspective. It has to be him. Anyways, that's just me. 08179230002. 08179230003. Is Atiku's repeated ambition hurting or helping the opposition? And what should guard Nigeria's presidential choices? Zoning or meritocracy? Should we have this? Oh, it's the turn of the South. No, it's the Northwest. It's the North Front. Not back. Not by the left. What exactly should guard our presidential choices? Ken from Ubimini is on the phone. Hello, Ken. Good evening.
Good evening once more, SOC.
Good evening once more to you.
SOC, I want to let you know that it had happened to us, Nigerians, before.
Okay.
When Buhari was desperate to be the president of this country, we were agitating for his, allow him now, he has something for the country. Now, here we are. Now, Atiku is now practicing the same thing. I don't know if you're understanding me. If Atiku, who was once the vice president of this country, is very desperate to be the president of this country, Mr. SOC, there is something in one's cupboard. But I want to let our honorable former governor, Chief Honorable Rotimi Amaechi, to please stay away from this coalition. Because I believe that the former president, Jonathan Goodluck, Tinubu is not Jonathan, whom he coalesced to form APC, and he succeeded in pushing him out of Aso Rock. I don't know if you're getting me. Then, if Obi is the person seeking to come back to PDP, I think he knows better than us. But if anybody is advising him, persuading him, and enjoining him to come and join PDP, again, I advise Obi to go and rest with LP.
Ken.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Ken. I want to ask you a question. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Do you believe that Peter Obi has the right to run for the number one office in this country? Can he run for presidency?
If he can.
Yes, if he can.
Every eligible person in this country who is qualified and found qualified
good
can be a president of the country.
Thank you. So why do you have a problem with that? He reached Atiku turn all of a sudden. You say he's
we have tested his administration.
He has never been president.
He was the vice president and was given an opportunity when his Oga or Obasanjo left for an era outside the country. I was in Lagos that time. I knew what happened. That was why both of them cannot move in one path as far as political agreement is concerned. I don't need to understand me, Mr. Oracle.
Yes, I do understand you. Agreeing with you is another conversation. But what do you really have against Atiku? Whenever it comes to Atiku, it's almost like there's almost an anger when people talk about it. Like, no, Atiku. An elder statesman, a one-time vice president, Atiku. Oh my goodness. I can't take this. Lawson calls from Yenuga. Hello, Lawson.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good evening. Hello?
You said something, Sam. Did you say something?
No. I was responding to your greeting. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Is somebody that, when he's talking, he's always talking. I remember I contested the governorship election in Ogun State.
Yeah.
And lost woefully to the current governor.
Are you kidding me right now?
You see, Atiku has said it. He said of all the opposition leaders, he is the strongest. That is the only one that can truly face current president. You understand? Atiku said so. And Atiku has also made it clear he's going to contest until he is tired. Until he is tired. So if we're telling Atiku not to contest or trying to stop him, it's a terrible waste of time. That's one. Two, yesterday on Arise News, Arise, Peter Obi himself came out from that northern meeting and all that and said he's contesting the election on the platform of Labour Party. He made it clear. I don't know what signal he was trying to send. Now, the worst thing that will happen is when you bring men that are all inordinately ambitious to come and struggle for something. Nobody will leave it for the other. Nobody. Atiku is ambitious, yes. Peter Obi is also ambitious. And don't forget that he himself contested the presidential primaries with the current president. So he also had his eyes on that office. So if people who are all looking at that office and you think one would drop for one, let me tell you, the vote that Atiku and Peter Obi gathered, I can tell you it was largely down to what Buhari did in that 2023 election. When I don't know what he was doing, they created so many obstacles in front of this current president for him not to be. Don't forget, this obstacle came from the presidency at the time.
Okay.
And so he made the system a bit free at that time. That's why they gathered those votes that they gathered. Currently now, you sit in that studio with the things you are seeing and the pedigree of this current president. Do you think that any one of them can gather that? Because I remember under Buhari, when Atiku and Peter Obi combined.
Very quickly, Lawson. I have to go.
He defeated them with over 4 million votes. That's the margin.
All right. Thank you, Lawson. Chima calls from Rumokuta. Hello, Chima. Good evening.
Hello, good afternoon. Good evening, Mr. Oracle.
Good evening. Please go ahead.
Oracle, let me just go straight to the issue because I believe I'm running short of airtime.
Yes, you are. Please turn off your radio.
My radio is not on.
I can literally hear myself in the background.
Okay, can you hear now?
Go ahead. I'll find out as you speak.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Chima, you are sounding very distant. You sound like you're far away from your phone. Chima, we cannot hear you. Oh my goodness, you have to call back Chima. Madiba from Boba.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Madiba.
I remember sometime the late head of state's wife, Abacha. Something happened and she started the hour the mighty fellow. Today, the person we are talking about and this thing, Atiku, was once politically the boss of the president. Politically. This is relation for you. See, I think for me, he has been vice president. As for now, there is nothing other than the presidency. Now look at the past election, how the vote went from the north and the thing there, the one we also had. In one region cannot make anybody president. One region cannot make anybody president because I foresee that issue of who will be president should just definitely be looked into. And we've had alliance Sam in the past, 1999, that brought in the 1998, I think. Yeah, that brought in the 1999 administration. You remember we had a new alliance of AD as the presidential candidate, and Alliance to Party of APP was the vice president presidential candidate to neutralize. It doesn't matter. In as much as we want to see who has the capacity, the deep pocket, to face an incumbent, is Atiku. And Amaechi should just be in the planning for now. Please. Amaechi should be in the planning. There are many things. Government is like big this thing three. He has definitely no.
Okay.
Forget about him, but he doesn't have the deep pocket to contest.
I have a lot of questions about that deep pocket, but I need to take as many calls as I can. Emeka calls from Elele. Hello, Emeka. Good evening.
Emeka calls from Elele Alimini.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
So, my dear brother, I am 100% in support of Atiku Abubakar. I don't know, you can ask me why.
Yes, go ahead, please. Why? Why?
Yes, because Obi cannot match this race come 2027. Obi don't have the capacity now to fight this APC-led federal government from 2027. The only person that has the capacity now, whether he is good or not, is Atiku Abubakar. Because where he is coming from, Northern people are not ready to vote for APC again. How many states that the Obi has? 5 states. And in Southeast, they can betray at any time. What will happen in 2023? This fight break up on PDP. Obi break up on PDP. Atiku was having issue around the globe. But at the end of the day, he came second. He unseat all APC states in North, including a former president. So let's give him a beautiful chance. Maybe this time it is home. Because Obi no call.
Okay.
It is home.
All right.
God, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Logoman, I'll talk to you and then take messages. Good evening, Logoman.
Yeah, Sam Oracle.
Good evening.
Greetings to you.
Greetings from the studio to you.
Yes, Logoman. Yes, Sam, I want to appeal to my brother Atiku. Since Right Honorable Amaechi is involved, Obi is also involved. I want to appeal to Atiku
please, bury your ambition for now. Let's support either Obi or Atiku, either Obi or Rotimi Amaechi for 2027 president. Because I know too well that Amaechi could have been the president of this country if not that my party, APC, they did what they are not supposed to do or they are regretting today. I mean, Amaechi came second on that primary. Amaechi have all it takes to take this country to the promised land. Because he did it when he was a governor, he was a speaker of River State, he was also speaker of all speakers, and also chairman of governor forum 2 times. So he has the credibility to rule this country. Please, I want to, Atiku, I know you have intention to develop this country, but you can still contest after this 2027. But let us allow Amaechi or Obi to rescue power from this Tinubu government that we find ourselves where we are today, that we cannot even eat 2 times a day. Even one self is even difficult for us. I campaign for this government, but I am against this government now because what we saw first is not what we are seeing today. So I want to appeal to Atiku.
Okay.
Please support these people. Let South complete their tenure. As long as Amaechi, my own leader, is involved. That's my passionate appeal.
Thank you very much. Chima calls from NT Road. Hello, Chima. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Sam.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Sam. I think Obi is one of the beautiful brides we have right now in Nigerian politics. I can tell you for free. Obi is a saint among the various politicians when it comes to trace on source of income. Because some politicians, even those at the helm of affairs, you can't trace their legit source of income. They can't give account on how they make their money. But Obi is going to demystify how he made his money. So he's one of the best outstanding politicians we have in Nigeria. No wonder Sheumi is suggesting that he will become the flag bearer. But what I'm going to tell him is, don't go to PDP. That's what I'm going to tell him. You understand? Let him be among the coalition right now. And I'm telling Atiku also, at least you have been able to be part of about how many elections now. But for the Nigeria, for the culture of Nigeria, the sufferings that Nigerians are going through, you must jettison your ambition and give support to whoever that we want to emerge from that coalition. That's what I'm going to tell Atiku. Please, for the sake of this country is going down by the day. Nigerians are going through a time right now. Please, jettison your ambition. Find way to rally land on how you are going to present a vice president candidate from the north expression and let this thing come back to the south. You understand? That is the only alternative right now, because if you look at the person of Obi, what he actually done in 2023, you understand that if not for the fact that election, according to the INEC, alleged technical clinch, whatever, on presidential results, why the other results, there was no technical clinch. So we would have won that election clear.
Thank you, Chima.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's do justice to messages. Irabuchi Kanu on Facebook. Remember, we're live on that platform, Twitter and YouTube as well. It says, Oracle, good afternoon. To win an election is not mouth action, especially when the incompetent is involved. If the opposition wants to defeat Tinubu, Peter Obi should deputize Atiku. With this, the entire North will support Atiku. Being the only candidate coming, Peter Obi will win Southeast. Let's try Atiku too, as part of the old guard, and see what he can offer. Obi and Atiku contesting separately can never defeat APC. Atiku and Obi should work out their modalities for power sharing and then contest as a team. Else, we will continue with failure. Okay? Uzams Friday says Atiku should step down his ambition to allow others try. Atiku knows this is not the best time for him. Atiku was the reason Peter Obi lost the 2023 election. Anthony Etim says, I'm still wondering if you were paid to carry out this program. One thing I want to make clear, apart from politics and ceramics of what we play, would you, from your conscience, campaign for Atiku? If yes, then I see you as an enemy of Nigeria. Okay. I don't know who you're talking to. Though Tinubu is never an option. You could see all this from glaring evidence. This message is not easy to read. Okay, we'll have to move on. Anthony Etten says, you may not have seen Obi in the ballots, but be rest assured he's coming. That's interesting. All right. Atiku is a major problem of PDP. His ambition is the main problem of the party. It's not about your policy all the time. He should know it. Ezekiel Isaiah says, good afternoon. PDP, back or not, the ruling party APC has a grip on good terrain for any collision and not win the present government for their political Palibal Irabuchi, you send this on Facebook. Greetings, Sam. I don't know what Atiku is looking for in Aso Villa. It's not by force to be in Aso Rock. Oh, come on. By 2027, Atiku would be 80 years old. African leaders with power. Atiku should go and rest. Age is no longer on his side. Thank God ability. Atuebu says. Good evening, Mr. Oracle. Calling upon Peter Obi to come back to PDP does not hold water. Atiku repeated ambition is not threatened to the opposition because Atiku is one of the candidates that can match APC, one HS says. Okay. Let's see. One more call and we wrap up conversations. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Sam Oracle.
Good evening, what's your name?
Chinke Daniel Imageto Zwako.
Go ahead.
Yes. You see, the problem with PDP is that the desperation of this, will I call them greedy leaders under that umbrella, will not allow them mend that broken umbrella. There are steps to follow. I think if it is not constitutional, it is certain that Southern Nigeria have to finish their 8-year term. And it will have been better Amaechi and others who have seen that work with P2P so that this article is still vibrant, he cannot take over. But the desperation of Atiku and the wicked made Peter to leave PDP. And they are still putting their hand into that soup to make it sour again. If they have ear, let them hear.
Thank you, Daniel. Caption from HA. Hello, Caption.
Yes. See, election is all about popular vote. I think the perfect match to this present administration is Atiku. Remember, in 2013 or 2015 rather, it was the incumbents ought to have gone for second tenure, but the political bloc in the north saw it as an aberration to them, as a cheating, and they gathered all the arsenal and defeated the incumbents that ought to have gone for second tenure. It's all about popular vote. No matter, there is nothing that they did not tell Muhammadu Buhari, and the coalition then beckoned on that popular vote that Buhari had and defeated the incumbent. So any attempt to give a southerner that ticket, the northerners will see it as when you go ATS, you will now not allow them to take that, or rather they will even want to vote for APC. I think if any coalition should remove this present government, what they should do is to merge Atiku. If Atiku gathers votes from the north, Obi gathers votes from the south, it's a done deal. And that is why the incumbent is even afraid. That's why they are running head and start doing what they are doing.
Okay.
So anybody that is telling you it's all about that, no, this time around it's not all about that. It's all about getting the right thing done in Nigeria.
Thank you, Caption. Well, I'm down to seconds. This is my personal opinion. And even though I understand how Nigeria's politics works, all right, I'm not going to pretend I don't get it. I will never get used to zoning. There's no version of me that will come to terms with zoning as an acceptable strategy. Yes, I know Nigeria is huge. You know, you need to settle here and here. Let's imagine a man from the northeast is president, and in his administration, there's better security, power supply. Are we going to... I'm out of time. I am out of time.
Nigeria. We'll be right back.
Mr. Teacher,